welcome to Getting a Grip. This is Mike Maddox. I am your host. This show airs on the Michigan Business Network every Monday, and I think it airs repeatedly throughout the week. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm fairly certain that once they listen to the content, they're bumping other shows and just putting Getting a Grip 24 hours a day, all day.
I mean, I have it on repeat all day long.
I mean, that's what most people should do, Katie.
Yeah.
But I think, it's just it's kind of like if you go to, what is it, TBS, it's everybody loves Raymond 24 hours a day. I think it's going to be the same thing on NBN pretty soon with this show, but that's just kind of my view of how I see things. Katie Saglimbene is my guest. Katie is the president and CEO at Elevate Marketing Company here in Lansing, Michigan. Katie, in the first segment, we talked about what is unique about Elevate and who you are and what is your core strength as a business and your purpose, cause, and passion. I want to hear about, those are EOS terms. So I want to hear about your EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System journey, how you discovered it and what it's meant to you as a business owner and also as a person.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was first exposed to, or I guess introduced to EOS while I served as Elevate served as basically a virtual marketing coordinator for ASK, which is kind of how we became to know each other.
Yeah.
And ASK had, 30 some employees and they were really looking to take the company to the next level. And I'm not sure how you became known to EOS, but being sitting on that position, that seat of the marketing role, I was part of that leadership.
You sat on my leadership team.
Yep.
When I was CEO of ASK, you were the marketing leader.
Yes. Yep. And so I just kind of went through the same motions that any other W-2 employee at ASK had with the leadership team. And the thing that I love about EOS is that it can be super simple. And that's, I think, there are a lot of complexities and a lot of layers to EOS, but working with ASK on their EOS journey, we made it very simple. And I guess that's one of the core underlining foundations of EOS is not to overcomplicate it.
Right.
Everyone has data and metrics that they're responsible for, all the good things. And so Elevate is significantly smaller than what ASK was at the time. And so how do you make EOS applicable to a company that has 3-4 employees? And so we worked with you as kind of like our EOS implementer of being able to still take the foundational core structure of EOS and make it applicable. So we still have a lot of seats, but we had to learn how a single person can sit in multiple seats and still be responsible for metrics and accountability and all of those things. And once we went through the VTO, we really had a crystal clear picture of what it is that we specialize in, how our business model is structured, what our core values are. And once we defined all of those things, we quickly learned, especially as a marketing company, how to turn our new way of doing business into a marketing and selling piece, because we could clearly talk about what we do, what we value, how we operate, what our purpose, mission, passion is.
Right.
We talked about that with our staff. We talked about that with our contractors. We talk about it with our clients, and we tie that into what makes us different when we have an opportunity to meet with new potential clients as well.
That's fascinating because it became part of your branding. It became part of your hiring. It became part of your marketing. And and I remember well something you said at the beginning, which is, the questions you and I discussed about, is EOS going to really be applicable to this 3-4 person company, versus a company of 30 or 40 people or 50 people or more. And the answer was a resounding, in my opinion, yes, because and I've worked with other companies of your size now where we've had the same experience. The concepts are the same. I mean, setting a clear vision making sure everyone's aligned on that vision, having the right people and having the right structure, making sure that the right seats are filled. And like you said, the one change for a smaller company is you may be in multiple seats, but that works
Right.
as long as you define the roles and you have the right metrics. Then
Mhm.
issues start to come up and you solve them. And then you build processes and you get traction. So it's the same 6 elements. It's just done slightly differently than if you
Right.
had, a team of 50 people. So, but it works just
Yeah.
the same. And that's been your experience.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I think just as a business owner I've kind of changed my stress level a little bit of you get an issue and it seems like this big hairy issue that you have no idea how to solve, and instead of festering over it and clearing your day to try and figure out how to solve it in one day, you add it to the issues list. It's an
Yeah,
issue.
so
Everything is
powerful.
just an issue. And if you have somebody that you can work with, whether you're a small business owner as one person, do you have a community of other business owners that you can talk to and bounce ideas off? Or if you have a company of 30 people, then you lean on your leadership team.
Right.
I don't think business is really designed to be run by on an island by yourself. You have to
Right.
have people to lean on. And I think a lot of EOS has that team element
Yeah,
to
for
it where
sure.
you have to iron these things out together as a team.
Yeah, it's built in, and you're right. The clarity that and the peace of mind that comes from it's just an issue. We can IDS it, we can solve it, we can prioritize it, and we'll get into more of that after the break. We've got some commercials to get to, but do not go anywhere because we are coming back. We are committed to this. We're coming back, and we're going to talk about more stuff. You're listening to Getting a Grip on the Michigan Business Network.